Can your soul really live multiple lives? It's a question that has fascinated humanity for millennia. Reincarnation, the idea that our souls are reborn into new bodies after death, isn't just ancient philosophy. Today, it's a subject of serious scientific inquiry. From quantum physics to genetics, researchers are uncovering evidence that challenges our understanding of life and death. In this video, we'll examine 7 mind-bending theories that suggest reincarnation might be more than just spiritual belief. These ideas will challenge everything you thought you knew about the nature of existence. Before we go into these theories, let's establish a clear understanding of what reincarnation means. At its core, reincarnation is the concept that an essential part of a living being, often referred to as the soul or consciousness, survives death and is reborn into a new body. This idea isn't limited to human rebirth. Some beliefs include the possibility of being reborn as animals or even plants. The concept of reincarnation dates back thousands of years and is a fundamental aspect of several major world religions, including Hinduism and Buddhism. However, it's not just a religious concept. In recent years, scientists and researchers from various fields have begun to approach the idea of reincarnation from a scientific perspective, looking for empirical evidence and developing theories that could explain how it might work within our current understanding of the universe. Now let's explore the 7 incredible theories that are reshaping our understanding of reincarnation. 1. The quantum consciousness theory. Have you ever felt like your thoughts could influence reality? Quantum consciousness theory suggests they might. This theory proposes that our consciousness is not just a product of our brains, but a fundamental feature of the universe rooted in quantum mechanics. According to quantum physics, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. Some scientists theorize that consciousness works similarly, existing in a superposition of states that collapse into a single reality upon observation. This could explain how memories and experiences from past lives might be stored and transferred. Dr. Stuart Hameroff, an anesthesiologist and professor at the University of Arizona, along with physicist Sir Roger Penrose, developed a model called orchestrated objective reduction. This model suggests that quantum computations in brain microtubules are the basis of consciousness. When we die, this quantum information is released into the universe, potentially to be reincarnated into a new physical form. While this theory is highly controversial and not widely accepted in the scientific community, it opens up fascinating possibilities for understanding consciousness and its potential continuation after death. 2. Genetic memory and epigenetic inheritance. Do you ever feel like you're carrying the weight of past generations? You might be, at least on a genetic level. The theory of genetic memory suggests that we inherit more than just physical traits from our ancestors. We might also inherit their memories and experiences. Recent studies in epigenetics, the study of changes in gene expression that don't involve changes to the underlying DNA sequence, have shown that environmental factors can cause changes that are passed down to future generations. For example, a study published in Nature Neuroscience found that mice could inherit the fear of a specific smell from their parents and grandparents, even if they had never encountered that smell before. Dr. Brian Diaz, a researcher at Emory University School of Medicine, explains, "From a translational perspective, our results allow us to appreciate how the experiences of a parent, before even conceiving offspring, markedly influence both structure and function in the nervous system of subsequent generations. If memories can be passed down genetically, could this explain some cases of apparent past life memories? While this doesn't account for memories of completely different lives, it does suggest a mechanism by which information could be transferred across generations." 3. The Holographic Universe theory. What if our reality is just a projection and our true selves exist outside of space and time? The Holographic Universe theory, proposed by physicist David Bohm and neurophysiologist Carl Pribram, suggests that the universe is like a giant hologram. In this model, everything we perceive as reality is projections from a deeper level of existence. This theory has profound implications for reincarnation. If our consciousness is part of this underlying reality, it could persist beyond the death of our physical bodies. Dr. Michael Talbot, author of The Holographic Universe, explains, if the concreteness of the world is but a secondary reality, and what is there is actually a holographic blur of frequencies, and if the brain is also a hologram and only selects some of the frequencies out of this blur and mathematically transforms them into sensory perceptions, what becomes of objective reality? In this view, reincarnation could be seen as consciousness, shifting its focus from one holographic projection, a life, to another. While this theory is highly speculative, it aligns with some interpretations of quantum mechanics and offers a unique perspective on the nature of reality and consciousness. 4. The Akashic Records and Morphic Resonance. Have you ever had a flash of insight that seemed to come from nowhere? Some theorists believe we might be tapping into a universal field of information. The concept of Akashic Records, originating from ancient Indian philosophy, suggests that all knowledge and experiences from all lifetimes are stored in a non-physical plane of existence. While this might sound purely mystical, some scientists have proposed similar ideas. Biologist Rupert Sheldrake's theory of morphic resonance suggests that there's a kind of memory in nature. According to Sheldrake, this field contains information that shapes the development of organisms and influences behavior. Sheldrake explains, morphic resonance is a process whereby self-organizing systems inherit a memory from previous similar systems. In its most general formulation, morphic resonance means that the so-called laws of nature are more like habits. If such a field exists, it could potentially store information from past lives, accessible to individuals under certain circumstances. This could explain phenomena like child prodigies or people with unexplained skills or knowledge. 5. The multiverse theory and quantum immortality. Is death just a transition to another version of ourselves? The multiverse theory, supported by some interpretations of quantum mechanics, suggests that our universe is just one of many parallel universes. In this view, every possible outcome of every event creates its own universe. This leads to a mind-bending concept called quantum immortality. According to this idea, consciousness always finds itself in a universe where it survives. From your perspective, you would never experience death. Your consciousness would always shift to a universe where you continue to live. Physicist Max Tegmark of MIT explains, there are infinitely many copies of you with identical past lives and memories, living out many different futures. In this context, what we perceive as reincarnation could be our consciousness continually shifting to new versions of ourselves across the multiverse. While this theory doesn't align with traditional views of reincarnation, it offers a fascinating scientific perspective on the persistence of consciousness. It challenges our understanding of death and suggests that our existence might be far more complex than we imagine. 6. The information conservation theory. Can information ever truly be destroyed? The information conservation theory, rooted in the principles of quantum mechanics, suggests that it can't. This idea, linked to the concept of quantum non-demolition, proposes that the fundamental information about a system, including consciousness, must be preserved, even if the physical system itself is destroyed. Dr. Robert Lanza, in his theory of biocentrism, takes this a step further. He argues that consciousness creates the universe, not the other way around. By treating space and time as physical things, science picks a completely wrong starting point for understanding the world. Lanza states, if consciousness is indeed the basis of reality, and if information cannot be destroyed, then it follows that our consciousness, the most fundamental information about who we are, must persist in some form after death. This could provide a scientific basis for the continuation of consciousness after physical death, potentially explaining reincarnation. 7. The consciousness field theory. What if consciousness isn't produced by the brain but received by it? The consciousness field theory proposes that consciousness is a fundamental field, similar to the electromagnetic field that permeates the universe. Our brains in this model act more like receivers than generators of consciousness. Dr. Bernardo Kastrup, a computer scientist and philosopher, argues for a form of idealism where consciousness is the fundamental nature of reality. He suggests that what we perceive as separate conscious experiences are actually dissociated alters of a universal consciousness. This theory could explain reincarnation as the process of consciousness relocalizing in a new physical form after death. It also aligns with reports of near-death experiences and other phenomena where consciousness seems to operate independently of the brain. Dr. Pim van Lommel, a cardiologist who has studied near-death experiences, supports this view. Our consciousness does not always coincide with the functioning of our brain. Enhanced consciousness can sometimes be experienced separately from the body. These 7 theories represent just the tip of the iceberg in the scientific exploration of reincarnation. They challenge our understanding of consciousness, reality, and the nature of existence itself. While none of these theories have been conclusively proven, they open up new avenues for research and force us to question our assumptions about life and death. As we continue to push the boundaries of scientific knowledge, we may find that the ancient concept of reincarnation aligns more closely with cutting-edge physics and biology than we ever imagined. The quest to understand consciousness and its potential continuation after death remains one of the most profound and exciting frontiers in science. Whether or not you believe in reincarnation, these theories invite us to consider the possibility that our existence is far more complex and interconnected than we typically assume. They remind us that there's still so much to learn about the nature of consciousness and reality. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.